My church was not demolished. Odumeje is saying, and so the controversial Anambra-based pastor and founder of Mountain of Holy Ghost Intervention and Deliverance Ministry, Chukwuemeka Omanemere, better known as Odumeje, has reacted to the news that his church building was demolished by the Anambra State government. The news has been making rounds on social media that particularly the Odumeje's church has been demolished by the Anambra State government. And of course, that Odumeje himself was manhandled by the security agents for stopping them from, demolishing the church building. And of course, Odumeje is a very controversial priest or pastor, better still, in southeast Nigeria, particularly, who has his church in Anambra State, Onitsha to be precise, indeed. And so, for the last 3 months, the government of Anambra State issued a notice that some buildings has been marked for demolition, and those buildings, according to the government, they are on the water channel. They are standing on the water channel, and so they are obstructing flood from taking its path, and so causing heavy flooding in the entire vicinity of Onitsha. Of course, also Governor Soludo have actually made it clear that he will not actually spare anybody who builds on the water channels or on the drainage paths. The governor has said it, that he will not spare anybody, no matter how close you are to him. And so the notice was given, and I think Odumeje received his own. And so, the government agents or the security agencies, they went there yesterday to carry out the instruction of the governor after the expiration of these 3 months I'm talking about now. And so, the report has it that Odumeje was actually stopping them from doing that. That was the report on social media, and that the police or the security agents, they manhandled him. But Odumeje is saying here that the church was not demolished, that it was just the store parts and the fence that was demolished. That his entire church building is still standing tall, and so people should stop spreading fake news and carrying out rumors, that his church was demolished. But what many saw on social media was where his church was demolished, and people were actually sympathizing with the Anambra pastor. Yes, that his church was demolished by the government. But some people were saying actually that it wasn't his church alone, that so many structures or buildings were marked for demolition or destruction, and the government is carrying out that task. They are doing it, they are demolishing other buildings, not just Odumeje's church. But Odumeje is saying here that his church was not demolished, that it was just a store and a fence. And so people should not sympathize with him. He said that people are spreading fake news or rumor. But what I felt is this: the people we are sympathizing with him on the social media. But we have said it that the police that was even accused of, manhandling Odumeje shows the level of the civilization of our police officers. It has shown that the police officers in Nigeria has no recourse for human dignity and the fundamental human rights of the individual in the country. They have gone haywire. There's no doubt about it. So because there's nothing wrong in treating people in a civil way, even if Odumeje is stopping or is trying to stop the security agents or the people who are trying to demolish the building from doing so, manhandling him is not the best approach. It's not the best thing to do in the 21st century. And so the police have continued unabated to show themselves as backward people, those who are supposed to be in the forefront of championing civilization in the 21st century. And so Odumeje said, listen to him, Lion family no fear, Prophet Odumeje's church was never demolished. Only the security or store building beside the drainage system. What shall it profit you to be spreading fake rumors? He wrote. Oh, so he said it was just security and the store building, not even defense. So from what we have read, from what he said it was just the security and the store building beside the drainage system. So his church was not demolished. And so he called those people, or he said they are spreading fake news. Of course, it is rumor. And he said, what shall it profit you to be doing that? So Odumeje is loved by many in the southeast, and there's no doubt he commands armies of followers, particularly the youths. Yes. So he said his church was not demolished. Because so many people have been calling that, why will some people rejoice over the demolition or manhandling of the general overseer of a particular church where they are Christians? Some people have actually said so concerning the issue of Odumeje and the destruction of the building, of his church building. So many people have said it, that why Christians are rejoicing over that. And I have not seen anybody rejoicing about it. And so, but Odumeje is saying by himself now, said, look, my church was not demolished. My church is still existing. It's still standing tall. It's still there. Just the store and the security house. And he acknowledged that these two structures, the security house and the store, was actually on the drainage, on the water channel. And so he actually acknowledged the fact that it was done it was a right. It was being righted. That the government was right to do what they did to actually pull down those structures, the security house and the storehouse. So that's the situation. My church was not demolished. My church is still there. For those of us who still believes that the government have demolished the church, no, or who read on the pages of newspaper or on the social media that the church was demolished, the owner of the church has come out and said it. My church was not demolished. Rather, it was just the store and the security house on the drainage. So we know that Nigeria, yes, some people are actually sympathetic with Odumeje. Yes, I've read so many comments on the social media where people are actually genuinely expressing their concern over that incident. And from what they read on the social media, they felt that the church building was actually demolished in its entirety. So, but what Odumeje is saying is that his church was not demolished. And that is it. So the government of Anambra State has been absolved completely from the backlash or whatever that will emanate from this demolition.